Hey guys, this is Matt with Milwaukee Road. Just want to do a quick layout update. I know a lot of guys have been asking me to show them running trains. I was planning on having that. Unfortunately, due to one of our small kittens, he ended up getting himself locked inside the train room. And overnight, while we were all sleeping, he decided to chew on wires, and now I'm in the middle of running new bus lines and repairing the damage that was done on top of the layout. So unfortunately, this update I'm not going to have trains running, but the next one I should have them up and running. So again, I apologize about that, but I'm going to show you the progress that I've made so far. So 1 second. Okay, everyone, I'm going to start at the Jones Locomotive Facility. As you can see, I've redone the grass in there, the grass on this side. I redid all of this, and I just finished up to there. You can still see it's a little wet. Redid in here. What I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to get this area to look a little bit better than what it was before. Before it looked a little bit more like a toy, not really realistic. For example, that is how I had it look before. So you can see it's just, one layer of the green grass or of the blend and then vacuumed off. Whereas now, I have it mixed in. Normally I do static grass, but because this passenger module does not have any static grass on it, I decided not to do it on this side. But what I did do was kind of transition a little bit from there into the static grass and the rest of the layout. So I still have this area of the grass that I need to take care of. I do have some 3D prints of military people in formation that are going to go where the locomotives are, right in here. I also got some 3D printed Hummers, so I got those set up, ready to go. So I've got a lot of stuff, a lot of little details that I've been working on, wanting to get things going. I'm not focusing on purchasing any locomotives or rolling stock unless it's something that really sparks my interest. Right now I really want to get my project area cleared out. I've got about 40 some locomotives that are on my to-do list right now. So as soon as I can get those done, then I'll go on to other aspects of the hobby. But I also painted up and installed the track for the turntable. Now, one thing, I have yet to actually cut the end of the track so that way it'll turn properly without hitting any of the rails. But one thing that I'm doing is on the top right here, I'm going to be drilling a very small hole and putting a piece of piano wire in. And on top of that, I actually have a small little bead for jewelry, and I'm going to super glue a wire or supposedly what would be a power line to the bead and have it go to a pole that I'm going to put in the ground right here. So then that way it shows that it's feeding power to the turntable like they do in real life. And so then that way as this spins, the bead will just stay in one spot and just basically just circle the piano wire, so that way it's not going to snap it. Just kind of an idea that I had. Hopefully it works. If not, then I'll let you guys know. But this is what I have going on so far. I've taken up the office right now. I'm actually going to repaint that and make it look a little bit more professional than what it was. And that's pretty much all that I've done in this area. So, as you can see, I still have to install all the little detail pieces finish off back there, and then work on that area. But I just want to get this area done right up here. It was really bothering me, and I just want to, just kind of, work on the scenery, have some fun with that. So that's all that I've got on this. I'm going to show you the new area of the layout. So 1 second. Okay, everyone. This is the newest area of the layout. It's just a small little branch line that I have. You can see it's right back there. And it actually connects in with the track that goes around the helix. So that's my reversing loop. But this little branch line goes through my area of greenery, storage, past the door, and onto my workbench. So then that way I can, drive a train right on to work on it, and pull it out, put it on the branch for another engine to come pick it up. So that's what I have so far. All of it's been, it's all glued in, so this track isn't going to slip at all. So I've got that. Then right here, it's a 3D print guard tower or guard station that I have, and this is the Exxon fuel area. So those are PVC pipes with 3D printed ladders and a 3D printed top on each of those. And then I have a little 3D print for loading the tank cars. And I do have a couple of 18-foot fuel tankers that are going to sit right there, just kind of like as they're, there for spares or, ready to get fueled and leave. So got that so far. You can see the main road goes back, curves around, and comes into here. Now, this is actually, in my last video I said that it was going to be a Coca-Cola distribution, but it's not really going to work. What I wanted, the building just is not large enough, and so unfortunately I had to scratch that. It's just going to be a tool company, serviced by rail. I also have two 3D printed loading docks, and I have small little 20-foot trailers that are going to go in there. So that way it's served by rail and by road. Then my distribution center that I have in the back. Now, again, you can see that I have this. I haven't gotten the board that goes in there for the backdrop, so that will be covered, so you won't see that. Unfortunately, you will see that area, but yeah, you can't win everything. But my distribution center, I don't know what type of distribution center it is. I don't know what it serves, but it can hold quite a few cars. So that's pretty much all that I have it for, is just to kind of switch some cars in and out, just kind of have some fun. If they're, reefers or box cars, hoppers, covered hoppers. I guess it's just kind of whatever I feel like putting in there at the time. So that's all that is. And one thing about that building, all that it is a piece of aspen wood, which is the main portion, and then pieces of basswood for the ribs, and just glued on. So that entire building right there, including the roof, trying to get it without the light, all of that cost just about $10. So pretty cheap and effective way of getting a large industry. I could have spent more time and really detailed it up, but it's just a back building, just kind of there to hide cars, so not really too concerned about that. Then I also have my Pierce fire truck facility right here. Oh, sorry, move that wire out of the way. And basically, what you see right here is just a small little loading dock that's going to go on the inside right in there, just so that it adds a little bit of interest when you look inside when there's not a boxcar. But for the most part, when the boxcars are in, it fits just like that. They'll get boxcars which have all the equipment that go on the rescues there, or the pumpers. Then the way I have it set up is they'll get the little steel, and then that way they can form the the actual shell of the fire truck, and I'll have it be that they get shipped in the chassis, so it's just kind of just a little assembly plant. So that's all that I have on this area. I yet to have all the details in. I still have to draw the cracks on the pavement, and the easiest way of doing that is when you use a Sharpie, the fine point. 1 second, I apologize. Sorry about that, you guys. When you use a small point like this, it comes out kind of neat, because when you draw it, you can just draw however you want, and that just adds in the cracks. So you can do that however you want to do it on your road, if you want a lot or if you want a little. Just kind of adds a little bit of a detail to it. So it's a very easy, very fast, very inexpensive way of making it look as if you have cracks. So it's kind of a neat thing. Hope you guys like that idea. All those are actually casts that I made from BLMA's jersey barriers. I ended up making a mold of them so I can shoot out about a dozen at a time. So that's what I have right there, and I have a couple of them over there. But this area still has to have details put on, people, cars, and yes, trees. This area back here is going to be forested. I'm going to have a lot of conifer trees, trying to block that, along with a row of conifers right here, trying to obscure the view of the helix. So that's what I have going on right now. And like I said, in the next layout update, I'm going to be running some trains. And unfortunately, I can't because of the little kitten. So hope that you guys like this, and I will see you guys on the next one.